Welcome back to another episode of Let's Have Breakfast. My name is Jaden Eliz and I am your host. Let's Have Breakfast is a culmination of a bunch of different topics that are centered around our 20s, but as I continue to get older, that time frame kind of backs up. So it really is for all of us. If you are younger than 20, if you are older than 20, you can relate to some of these experiences that we're talking about on this podcast. So regardless of who you are, I'm glad you're here. If you're anything like me, 2025 has rocked your. This year has been so challenging. It's been great for growth, but I'm spread so thin and things are happening at every angle. And if you fell off, if you are not on track with your goals, there's no better time to pick back up than right now. You've maybe had some time to reassess what your goals are, if they're still in line with you, if you are still interested in pursuing them, and maybe you've been able to identify what's holding you back. I know for me this year, one of the biggest roadblocks has been time. I don't feel like time is on my side. I feel like new plans are always happening. I'm definitely feeling FOMO because it's summer and everyone's doing things, and I know I have this laundry list of things I need to get done, but at the same time, there's plans happening every day. Like, I want to be outside, I want to have fun. I think especially in this season of being engaged, it's like everything is my last. Like, my biggest roadblock has been time. I feel like everything is happening, everything is urgent, and it all has to happen right now. I'm in a season where I know my life is going to go through major changes next year. It already is making some changes being engaged, and just knowing that people are going to start moving to different locations, like permanently, not just for college. People are going to start expanding their families, and it almost feels like I'm just holding on to this moment in time where it's like, yes, I'm going to put everything I know I need to be doing on the back burner. Yes, like any free time I do have outside of work, I do want to hang out with my friends. I do want to hang out with my man. I do want to do all of these things because I'm so busy. It's like almost reclaiming my time, but I'm so disorganized with it. I'm running full speed at every single thing, and I feel like I'm drowning because I don't have a system in place to make sure I know when things are happening, I'm aware of what my goals are, and I'm just like keeping everything I want to do top of mind. So I came up with a new system this year that's been really helping me organize my schedule and keep things top of mind while also having fun with it. This is a new method I like to call my vision calendar. I'm going to walk you through step by step how to plan your perfect month, and it all starts with having a good idea of what you're up to. So this is the part where you pull your calendar out, you look at your Google Calendar, iCalendar, whatever you use, and get a good sense of what you have coming up for the next month. This should include any appointments you have going on: hair, nails, doctor, dentist, any upkeep that you're taking care of, or any upkeep you're taking care of for a pet or other people. Make sure that's on your calendar. This also counts for any plans with friends. I'm at a point where I'm scheduling things months in advance because I just don't have enough time in those 30 days to cover off on all the plans that I want to make. So a lot of times I'm looking ahead for the next month or the month after that, depending on people's travel schedules and everything they have going on. But then also, if there's any plans you know you want to make, if you are trying to build a new habit of doing a happy hour once a month, put that in there. If you know you haven't talked to a certain friend in a while and you want to reach out and schedule a plan, here's a great time to do that as well. Also, any travel you have coming up. So even if it's just like a quick 24 hours to a city nearby, if you're making a trip to visit family, any travel you have planned, put that in your calendar as well. The last one might be a new addition to your calendar, but I really want you to add office hours, admin hours, whatever you want to call it. This can be a dedicated hour for yourself every single day, especially for us ambitious queens out here. We know we have a lot of work we want to do. We have a lot of passions, a lot of interests, and there's just not enough time to cover off on all of them. So schedule some time for yourself to know, okay, every single day I'm going to get emails checked during this hour, or I'm going to get as much work done as I possibly can, or I'm going to brainstorm any creative ventures that I can start to pursue, or anything that would really help move you closer to your goals. Schedule some time for that each and every day so you are kind of on track for that, and put it on your calendar. That's the biggest key. even if you don't exercise it every single day, because we are not perfect human beings, you still have that reminder. It's going to remind you every single day, okay, at this time, you're like, hey, here's your admin hours. Here's the time that you said you were going to dedicate. Are you doing it? Having that even just reminder is like, okay, I missed it today, but tomorrow I'm going to make sure my schedule is clear and I can make this happen. So whether you're a night person, a morning person, I'm a morning person, just make sure you have that time set aside for yourself. Now we get to go to what I feel like is the fun part, which is building a Pinterest board. I believe there should be Pinterest boards for every single thing you ever want to create. And I think that's a really fun way of organizing your creative thoughts and just like how you envision your life. So this is where I encourage, but I mean, obviously nothing is required. I think it's a good exercise to put yourself in the shoes and see visually how you want your month to go. As you're making this Pinterest board, it should be centered around how this next month feels and looks. What are you up to? What are the vibes? Are there any major goals you're trying to hit? Is there anything you want to see come to fruition? Any and everything you can think of, start pinning like crazy. Just because you put it on your Pinterest board doesn't necessarily mean you move it to the next stage, but starts to give you an idea of, this is what my next month feels like. This is what I can do to put myself closer to the goal. Here's just the visual outline of what I'm doing. So if you're traveling, I better see lots of that destination in your Pinterest board. If you plan that happy hour that you were talking about with your friends, I want to see some spreads of the table on your Pinterest board. Those things that feel like, okay, yeah, like now I'm really excited for a plan I have coming up. That's the idea of building this Pinterest board. After you finish your Pinterest board, download a blank calendar for the month you're about to enter or the one you're currently in. I've linked a template in the description for you to easily pull one of those blank calendars. You can also Google one and find a style that works best for you. But this blank calendar is very, very important for the next step. This is where we start building our vision calendar. And for reference, this is what I've been working with for the past 6 months. I've gotten a lot more expressive as the months have gone by, because at first this was a method and a system that I just started trying out because I felt like I had no idea what my everyday looked like, and I needed something to kind of center and ground myself that felt like I can see my goals visually, I can see everything I'm up to, and I'm aware of what's going on throughout the month. To be able to make one of these, I highly recommend downloading Shuffles, but an alternative is also Canva. So Shuffles links directly to your Pinterest board. This is not sponsored by any means, but I find it very easy after you've already created this beautiful Pinterest board to be able to import everything directly into the app. You can easily clip things out to make those cutout photos. You also have access to everything that other users have cut out. So it's really easy to kind of build this calendar specifically. Once you have all the ingredients, you have your Pinterest board, you have your blank calendar, and now you have an app that you're using. Put it all together. So upload the blank calendar, start uploading images that you want to place on your calendar on the dates that are happening. So for example, in July, I have work trips coming up. And so even though they expand throughout this time, I found icons that match up with what I'm up to. So even though every single day I'm not doing something specific, or I know like I'm just putting like, okay, I'm traveling, I know I'm going to be in Vegas, like here's kind of the symbols that I'm using. I think it helps remind me of what my goals are outside of the plans that I have happening for the month. Once you're complete creating your new project, your vision calendar, set it as your lock screen. That is the final challenge. Set it as your lock screen so you remember everything you have going on. You can easily confirm or decline plans. You can easily have a sense of peace of knowing what's coming up next. This has been my lock screen literally since February. I keep it updated. I try to be mindful of what it is and what I'm trying to convey to myself, because there are some days where I really do need that extra boost of motivation, and having this as my lock screen I find to be really helpful, and it has helped me have a better month overall. So it helps me feel a bit more grounded. I hope when you try this activity that it helps you feel more grounded, because I think it has the potential to help you have your best month ever. I think it really adds a fun visual to a busy schedule, and it also reminds me how busy I am. It helps me not feel delusional about the fact that I'm not getting things done, or I'm not operating on the timeline I set for myself, because it's like, well, girl, if you just look down and see how much you have going on, like, of course things aren't going exactly how you want them to. And I think it kind of helps level set a little bit to see it visually of like, oh yeah, I actually really have a lot going on. So I think this is one of the best methods you could exercise for the rest of the year. So I hope you find a lot of value in starting to make your own vision calendar. I really enjoy it. I have a lot of fun. If you want to see additional boards that I've created, I am on Shuffles. I'm on Pinterest. Both are going to be linked in the description because I don't know them off the top of my head. Those are apps that I like to use just as a creative tool and less about like, everyone see what I'm posting here. But speaking of everyone seeing what I'm posting, I did start a channel recently on Instagram. It is titled Morning Cup of J, and it is tied to all things Let's Have Breakfast. I'll be sharing updates about the podcast there. I will be sharing motivation and tips and tools similar to how I do on the podcast, just in little bite-sized information. I've also started a Substack because I'm really trying to move towards focusing all of my effort on Let's Have Breakfast. I've been neglecting severely this podcast, but I really want to build it up. I want to curate this community in a way that I haven't before. I'm really excited for the direction that we're going in for Let's Have Breakfast. So as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and let's have breakfast.